that's it. Thank you for coming. Okay, so the next thing we will look at is the Korg Kronos. Kronos Music Workstation. What is it? The best music workstation in the world. With 9 sound engines. Not on separate sound cards, but all 9 sound engines working within one system, dynamically sharing polyphony, resources, and power. Inside there's a 30 gigabyte internal solid-state drive, and on top there's an 8-inch TFT touch view display. Who's it for?
For me.
There's basically 3 different main applications of the Kronos: live, production, and sound design. We will look at each of these 3 uses, starting with live. One of the things that musicians have been asking for many, many years is the ability to go from one sound to another sound and not have the first sound cut off. Introducing SST. Smoothly change sounds without cutting off the previous sound. Also great for live, setlist mode. Access 128 programs, combinations, and songs without having to change modes. You can access 16 programs, combinations, or songs directly from one page. Smoothly with SST, smooth sound transitions. Also, we have programmable 9-band EQ for each of the 128 set lists. Also great for live, real-time control with remote controller, joystick, switches, and the vector joystick. Who is it for? Again, now, production. The Kronos has several features that allow you to get inspired to create music and the ability to actually capture and record that idea. For example, drum track with programmable patterns and kits for each program and combination. Oh, there are people here. You get sort of lost. Also, it has karma. Karma creates a musical phrase based on the notes that you play. Then the control surface shapes the musical phrase in real time. Then you can save the settings of the sliders and switches in 8 different scenes. In program mode, you have 1 karma pattern and 1 drum track. In combination mode, you have 4 karma patterns and 1 drum track. Then you can capture your idea with the 16-track recorder. The 16-track sequencer has an auto song setup and song templates. So, like with the microstation, with one by holding down Enter and Record, it will bring everything into the sequencer to record my idea. Plus RPPR, real-time pattern play and record, where I can assign a pattern to be triggered from each key. It also has a 16-track audio recorder. I can record 4 tracks simultaneously directly to the internal solid-state drive. Also, a multi-language video manual is included in Espanol. So I'm going to play a song. You'll see a little bit of the video manual that I'm going to back.
Sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and she's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away, I wonder this time where she's gone. If she's gone to stay, ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away, and I know, 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 I know. Alone, ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness in the day. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes, anytime she goes, anytime she goes away.
also a stereo sampler with 16 simultaneous effects and 32 3-band EQs. Now, I want to cover something. We were talking earlier about SST, smooth sound transitions. The Kronos isn't the only keyboard that does this. The other keyboard that can do this is the Roland Phantom, but there are some big differences. And on the Roland Phantom, you need to be in a very specific mode. I think it's called live mode. Inside of the Kronos, you can do it anywhere. Program mode, combination mode, anywhere. And also on the Roland Phantom, the way that they do it is you have to reserve resources. Let's say that you have a combination sound. You can only use half of the sound, so 8 sounds, and you have to save the other 8 for the next sound. Same thing with the effects. If you can have 10 effects, you can only use 5 because you need to save the other 5 for the next sound. But on the Kronos, you don't have to do that. You can use all 16 sounds at the same time, all 16 effects, all 32 3-band EQs, and somehow, magically, it will go to another sound with all of that. It's almost like there are 2 Kronoses inside, one playing this full sound and another full sound waiting. Basically, Korg good, other guys bad. Computer integration. Direct USB connection to Mac or PC. Free editing software and free plugin editor that integrates the Kronos within most DAW software. Like on the MicroStation, it integrates with Logic, Pro Tools, everything. It has audio I/O for sending and receiving 2 channels of audio via USB, so no other audio I/O hardware is necessary. Connect via USB to external media storage like flash memory, HD, CDRW, and DVD. So basically, you have an instrument that has many ways of inspiring you. When you have a musical idea, you can capture the musical idea quickly. And then you can either completely finish your entire project on the Kronos, as you've heard me do. We talked about 9 sound engines. Now, normally, of course, a keyboard has 1 sound engine. And to add another sound engine, you needed to install another piece of hardware. For example, on the M3, it has a PCM playback sound engine, and you can open up the Mds and put in a PC board that adds an analog synthesizer. And all keyboards work like that. But the thing about that is, for example, on the Mds, the PCM sound engine has its own polyphony, and the sound card has its own polyphonia. But the Kronos, nice, I got that. But the nice thing about the Kronos is those 9 sound engines exist as one entity. So they dynamically share each other's polyphony and efficiently share the power of the Kronos to have these sound engines. If you were running 9 plugins on your computer, the computer would start to slow down because the computer is dealing with those different plugins separately. But the Kronos is dealing with it as one thing and sharing it and being friends. So let's look at the 9 sound engines separately, starting with the SGX1 Premium Piano. The sole job of the SGX1 is to do piano. Every note is sampled in stereo at 8 velocities. Most important, importante, no loops. Introducing VMT, Virtual Memory Technology. What we're doing is we're reading the samples from the internal solid-state drive in real time. So you get the full sound of the notes, not just da and then the loop. Now there are 2 pianos inside of the SGX1. The German brand, and a Japanese grand. Together they are a total of 9 gigabyte of sample memory. The Kronos features premier artist contributions. What we did is we went to some of the most talented and amazing musicians out in the world, and we had them help us create and tweak many of the sounds inside of the Kronos. The next sound engine inside of the Kronos, the MS-20EX, based on the MS-20 from 1979. Created the MS-20, they were able to create it in software. Beautiful interface that allows you to have a virtual patch bay. The next sound engine, the Poly 6EX, based on the original Poly 6. Nice, warm, fat sound. Now, what's nice is that I can just touch the screen, and the entire control surface of the original Poly 6 is right there on the screen. I can either use the screen to control the different knobs and switches, but we assigned all of these knobs and switches to the entire to the control surface. So it's like controlling the original Poly 6 with hands-on controls. The next sound engine, the AL1. Now, it's fun to recreate synths from the past, but the AL1 is designed to be what an analog synth can be today. Multi-mode filters. I can crossfade from one filter setup to another filter setup. And all through the Kronos, the LFOs are incredibly fast. Now, one of the problems that every keyboard and every plugin in the world has is aliasing. What happens is that when you play high frequency sounds on the top range of the keyboard, you get a very irritating sound, like a kind of ugly sound. So what we used to do, and what everyone else in the world does, is filter out the high frequencies when you go up the top range. At the same time, it removes the high frequencies from the at the top range of the keyboard. But the Kronos has extremely low aliasing oscillators. So we don't have the irritating aliasing sound, and we still have the high frequencies from the top range. Totally clean, totally clear. The next sound engine, the CX3. Everything is from the original Hammond organ is inside of the CX3, even on the original Hammond, basically you had what were called tone wheels that were running all of the time. And so even if you didn't touch the keyboard at all, you would hear this sound. The CX3 was also in the Oasis keyboard, and I had the honor of introducing the Oasis to Tony Banks, the keyboard player from Genesis. One of the things you could do with the original Hammond was turn it off, and the tone wheels would slowly slow down. And if you were holding a note, the pitch would drop. This is my favorite part of the presentation. And it really shows how amazing SST, smooth sound transitions, is. Synthesis of the 1980s into the future, but much more powerful and much more flexible. FM synthesis is created by taking one waveform and modulating that with another waveform. But the Mod 7 allows you to not only use sine wave and square waves, but also actual PCM samples. For example, I could take a square wave and modulate it with the sample of a distorted guitar. So the sound possibilities are infinite. STR1 plucked string synth. Now, this is not sampling, this is physical modeling. Literally, it's sort of like computer animation, but for sound. So we can recreate the actual physics of striking or plucking or scraping the string. You know, even how big is the body of the guitar? Is it small like a ukulele or big like a bass? Even where you pluck the string, whether over top of the sound hole or closer to the bridge in real time. Also, we can even recreate guitar feedback. Now, think about what happens when you take your guitar to create feedback. You put your guitar in front of the amplifier. And what happens is that the sound from the amplifier starts to excite the string. But since the STR1 is actually physical modeling, we can actually use a controller to bring the sound at the end back to excite the string. You're able to create many types of sounds, you know, things like basses, bells, even. This synth engine uses a new technology that we call Mds Multi-Dimensional Synthesis. What we do is the electric pianos are sampled, and then the samples are analyzed and put back together in two dimensions, velocity and time. So that means that we have virtually no velocity switching and no loops. Inside of the sound engine, we have vintage effects. But you could really hear the time. There are 6 different types, 4 Fender Rhodes and 2 Wurlitzer. HD1 high definition synth. Oscillators. The the Kronos has a huge sample memory. 314 megabyte of ROM up to 2.2 gigabyte of RAM plus VMT, virtual memory technology. That means the HD1 has over 12 gigabyte of PCM. We will be releasing new libraries, so that number, 12 gigabyte, will get bigger and bigger. We did some new sampling sessions with doing drums, where we sampled with the microphone close to the drum, plus sampling the ambience of the room in stereo. It also does wave sequencing and vector synthesis. And then we can combine together 16 programs in 16-part combinations. Why is it better? Very simple. Nothing else can do what a Kronos can do. Nothing. No other keyboard, no other computer with plugins, nothing. Nothing. Only the Kronos can do what the Kronos can do. It's incredible because we can bring together many things. 9 sound engines: the SGX1 premium piano, EP1 MDS electric piano, the CX3 tone wheel organ, along with AL1, MS20EX, and the Poly6EX analog engines, as well the Mod 7 wave shaping VPM synth, the STR1 plex string synth, and the HD1 high definition PCM synth, along with drum track, wave sequencing, vector synthesis, 16 simultaneous effects, 32 3-band EQs, Karma, plus an incredible real-time control surface, all smoothly brought together with SST smooth sound transitions. Now, I'm going to finish off by just playing a series of sounds. What you're going to hear is all done in real time. There's nothing pre-done. Sometimes I'll be using the screen to go to the next sound, and sometimes I will use the foot switch.
That's it.
Muchas gracias.